get ready to get going. The 2008 Can-Am Grand National Cross Country Series will be here before you know it. And America's largest off-road racing tour won't wait. If you're not ready, well, you're going to get left behind. After a successful 2007 campaign that saw more racers, more spectators, and more coverage than ever, the 2008 GNCC Tour promises to be even bigger. And it all starts down south, in the sands of Florida and the all-new Triton GNCC in Melbourne. The town might be new, but the conditions will be very similar to what we've seen in the Sunshine State before. Lots of sand means lots of sand whoops. This race will test the fitness of the best riders in the world. And if you haven't been able to get any riding in during the winter, well, it's best to try to conserve whatever energy you have. Because even if you make it to the finish line of this one, well, you've got to make it to round 2 in Georgia just a few days later. As we leave the madness of Daytona Bike Week in Florida behind, the series heads to Aonia Pass Motocross in Washington, GA, home of the General GNCC. Traditionally one of the largest GNCC races on the tour, this one features the tight, twisting woods, ruts, and mud that GNCC is made famous for. Heck, it even throws in some motocross. If you can make it through those first 2 rounds, you're rewarded with a couple of weeks off before round 3, Steele Creek in Morganton, North Carolina. This one features steep up and down hills, as well as the famous Steele Creek Bridge, which forces the riders into some of the deepest mud on the 13-race GNCC Tour. From Steele Creek, the riders' versatility will be tested as we head to South Carolina and the Big Buck GNCC in Union. This one features a little bit of everything, from tight twisting woods to wide open fields, not to mention heat and humidity that will again put endurance to the test. From there, it's off to the oldest race in the GNCC Tour, Loretta Lynn's Ranch in Hurricane Mills GNCC. This one's been hosting races for a long time. Not just GNCC races, but world-famous motocross events, not to mention concerts and great entertainment the world over. To win at Loretta's, well, that's one you will not soon forget, but to do it is tough. Beyond the motocross track, there's high-speed, rough, roofed-out, chopped-up terrain in the woods. Fitness, again, will play a factor. From there, the series heads to another veteran of the tour, the John Penton GNCC in Ohio. There's a reason some of America's best off-road riders hail from southern Ohio, because the conditions, well, they can get as tough as any place in the world. If it rains, this one will be sloppy. If it's dry, it can be dusty. Or it might just be perfect. You never know what spring has in store for off-road racers, but you can guarantee that the veterans of this series will be smiling no matter what Mother Nature throws at them. Follow that up with a run through Kentucky, ATV country. The same state that hails the 8-time GNCC champion Bill Balance hosts the Spartan GNCC. This one features tight woods, off-camber corners, tree roots, just about everything that an off-road racer thrives on. It's one of the most fun tracks in the entire tour. From there, we're off to North Carolina, wine country in Yadkinville. This one features a host of spectator-friendly obstacles. From the giant culvert pipe that forces riders into the deepest water on the tour, to the spectacular creek jump deep in the woods, to the famous Yadkinville house. Yes, a house. This race truly has something for everyone, racer and spectator. After that, it's off to Pennsylvania for the Mountain Ridge GNCC. Celebrate Independence Day weekend with your GNCC family and some of the roughest conditions on the tour. The big rocks of western Pennsylvania will test even the most patient and skilled off-road racers. A technical challenge for sure. The ones that make it to the finish are rewarded with a much-deserved 2-month break before the GNCC series resumes in the fall. And when it resumes, well, you can't imagine what we have in store for you. Easily the most spectacular GNCC on the entire tour, the Snowshoe Round in West Virginia is something like you've never experienced yet. On top, a beautiful ski village hosts some of the most picturesque conditions of any off-road race. But down to the bottom of the ski slopes, some of the roughest conditions of any race anywhere. Huge tree roots, deep mud, and near vertical hills will test everyone. To simply make a lap here is something worth patting yourself on the back for. Now it's time for the stretch run through New Berlin, New York, and the world-famous Unadilla Valley Sports Center. One of the greatest motocross tracks on the planet, also features some of the best woods trails and the largest contingent of racers of any race on the GNCC Tour. Then it's back to Ohio for St. Clairsville and Powerline Park, a race that has it all: high-speed fields, tight twisting woods, and tremendous grass track to pitch your machine sideways and have a little fun. And speaking of fun, Well, there's nothing quite like the grand finale, the Ironman Classic in Indiana, a racetrack that's worth coming to whether you're racing for a championship or not. High-speed cornfields, steep up and down hills, creek crossings, and the best dirt in the tour. And off the track, it's practically a full-on industry trade show. There's nothing more fun than racing at the Ironman. There's nothing more fun than capping off another great year of GNCC racing. We hope to see all of you at the races in 2008. It promises to be bigger and better than ever. It also promises to be more competitive. From David Knight's chase for a second GNCC crown on bikes to Bill Balance's quest for a record-breaking 9th GNCC ATV crown, there's going to be all kinds of competition everywhere. But don't let it get to you. The main goal of racing in the woods and racing in the GNCC Tour is to have fun. As long as we see you at the races, we can guarantee you'll be having just that. We'll see you then. The GNCC Tour starts on March 1st.